Hi, I'm Andy with Trikke Tampa. Today we're going to demonstrate how to mount two T8s and a T12 on a 4-bike rack. Alright, first off you want to make sure that you have your rack properly installed on your vehicle. I'm not going to go through the steps of that, but you need to follow the instructions that come with your rack. And but most importantly, make sure you've got your pins in with your lock on the other side. You also have your anti-wobble mechanism right here that you want to make sure it's tightened up and you don't have any wobble in your rack. So what we're going to do is first hang the T8, and what we're going to do is take the arm of the bike rack and we're going to feed it right through here to where the trike is hanging on the extension arms. So first off, what you need to do is make sure that the seat post clamps of the bike rack are straight down so they won't interfere with feeding it on. And be careful of your brake cables because the rubber clamps and boots will try and snag the brake cables, make it a little more difficult for getting it on. So simply just feed it in, keep it close to the extension arm because you got the biggest gap. And you're going to take it all the way to the back. The last cleat here at the front end of the bike rack, we're going to rest one of the extension arms on it. Make sure you've kind of cleared your brake cables out of the way so you don't stretch those anymore. We're actually going to go in one step further, and we're going to take this rubber strap. We're actually going to set it on this extension arm on this side. That way we can take the rubber strap and we can pull it up and over like that right there. Okay, so we're going to take the second T8 and do the exact same thing. Straighten your seat post clamps out of the way. Just kind of feed it through carefully. And then we're going to rest it on this extension arm. We'll try and avoid the brake cables getting in the way. So just make sure your brake cables are out of the way. Take your strap, rubber strap, the trike is settled in on the bike rack. Then take your strap. Make sure you get it pulled really tight. That's going to help secure it. Now, to avoid scratching the paint on your trike, you might put some cardboard around the trailing arm of the trike or some styrofoam or something, because these are going to move around while you're driving. So do whatever you can to prevent your paint from getting scratched up. Okay, now we're going to show 3 different ways of putting the T12 on this rack. The first way we're going to do it is wheels up. Ready? So we're going to come in on second boot from the end, kind of balance the T12 on there, find the balance point, make sure it's even across the vehicle. Now what we have is we have the stem in here where we can strap that one. We can bring this strap up and over. That strap on, and then we're going to get the strap on the other trailing arm. We're going to pull it up and over and hook it in. So now we have a really secured T12. Alright, now we're going to show another way of putting the T12 on. We're going to do it wheels down. Drop the trailing arm in one of these boots so we can get the strap up and over. Again, we've got it kind of balanced here, evened up for the weight distribution. take this rubber strap, pop it on there. Another rubber strap. You want to pull those a little tight. And we'll try and get this one on. You can come around here, Eddie. With that one, so we're really getting it secured in. Now this one's being a little difficult. Even with the straps I do have on there, this trike isn't going anywhere. So it's really secure. And anyway, it never hurts to add some additional straps like bungee cords or some rope and tie it down even tighter if you're going on a longer trip. Okay, now we're going to show the third way of hanging a trike on a bike rack. And what we're going to do is hang it by the front structure. We're going to come in, make sure these seat post boots are level so we can move in. And by the way, if you have a bottle cage on your trike, you will need to remove it because it's going to get in the way. It's just a lot easier to get it on here, and it's going to set a lot cleaner on the rack without the bottle cage. Okay, so you can see we're kind of taking the legs in, taking one leg below, one leg up. We can actually go in pretty far with it. Could actually work our way all the way in to the back side if we just kind of manipulate it. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because you can actually get even another T12 on here. Okay, so got it up. Really watch your brake cables. This is a point where you could actually snag your cables as you're pushing it in, and it can cause some brake issues if you kink a cable. So be careful of that. So now we've got the T12 up here. We're pretty well balanced. Just kind of eyeball things. See where we're at. And try and situate your brake cables to where they won't get damaged. Okay, so we've got it in there. Take our straps. Come around, get that strap on, get the strap over the stem. Steering. Okay. Now let's see what other straps we can hook on. So let's get the one off this boot, cleat, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to strap it on. You could probably pull that one a little bit tighter if you wanted. So you can see we've really secured it. This one, we're not going to be able to get it around. You can give it a shot if you think you can, but you might be able to. But you've got it pretty secured as it is right now. You could take a rope or something like that and wrap around there and kind of snug things up. All right, I'm going to show one more way that you can put the T12 on the bike rack, and you're simply going to hang it just like we did the T8s initially. We're going to bring it in, rest it on one of the boots, watch your legs down here, watch your disc brakes so don't knock the rotor out of true, and then you're going to strap it up just like we demonstrated with the T8s. Now, one thing you want to watch is the clearance between your wheels and the ground. Now, I'm using my pickup, so I've got a lot of clearance. If you have a lower vehicle, you go through a dip or hit a speed bump or something like that, you can bottom this wheel out. If you do, you're going to damage your trike. So just be careful of that you take everything into consideration when carrying your trikes on a bike rack. All right, now I'm going to explain what not to do with your trike when putting it on a bike rack. Don't do that. Don't hang it by the trailing arm. Every bit of the weight of the trike is right here on this joint with the extension arm. You will break or bend your trailing arm right at this point. I guarantee it, you will damage your trike, no doubt about it, so don't ever carry your trike on a bike rack by just a trailing arm. You have to use the front structure or lay it on the two legs like that. Now that way the legs are supporting everything. So just remember, never hang your trike on a bike rack by the trailing arms alone. You're going to do it by the front structure.
Action.
Okay, one other thing you want to watch. For one, the balance of the trike on the bike rack, but also look to the left side of your vehicle after you have them all mounted up, and then walk over to the right side and just make sure that you don't have a trike sticking out too far from the width of your vehicle. With the Hollywood bike racks that we carry here at Trike Tampa, we found them to be the best racks at the best price. And one thing nice about them, they come with a locking pin for the receiver hitch, as well as an 8-foot security cable, so that when you do mount your bikes or trikes on the rack, you've got a cable lock system for securing them. They also come with 2 straps. You've got this extra long strap here, as well as a strap that comes with the that's already on the bike rack. So with that, you're going to use these straps. Whenever you're driving down the road with the trikes on here, you can see they're going to move around. So you want to take these straps and lace them up and kind of pull everything in and keep it tight and secure. Maybe even get them around your T12 if you got a T12 up like this. So use the straps to your advantage, but also make sure that you tie up any loose ends of the strap when you're going down the road, because it's going to flop around and wind up fraying your strap. So the lock, the 8-foot security lock. You want to make sure you get through the frame of the trike, like on the rear wheel dropouts. Get through the frame, just somewhere where they can't loop it off, make it a little bit more difficult for them. And that's just the biggest thing, is securing your trikes on your bike rack.